Welcome back, those who have been waiting for quite some time. I don't know how long it's been since the last episode. I will have to check up on that. I presume it's maybe about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's been a while, basically. Remember when we said we were going to do this weekly? We lied. Welcome back to episode 8 of roughly a quarter. 8, is that right? 9?
Yes, sir.
8.
I think it's
7, 8, 8.
Great
8.
start.
Wait, let me check Spotify real quick. Let me look. I'm gonna put some keyboard noise. Don't mind it. Wait.
Okay, I just say it's 8. We'll say it. I'll edit
No.
it out later on if it's wrong. It's 8.
No, it's for bands. It's 8. Let's go.
Okay, it's
Episode
8. Good. Yeah, see, we're smart. Welcome back to episode 8. There's been some slight difficulties recording in the past few weeks, which might explain why, we haven't recorded. Junming's died. Alex is running for president tomorrow. Sean is developing a cure for cancer, and I played FIFA. Let's get started. So it's been some time since the last episode.
Where's the
and
introduction? Where's the introduction?
This was the introduction. Oh right,
No.
I have to introduce you, dickhead. On this episode we have Sean.
Hello.
Oh.
We have Alex.
Yo.
Second week in a row, we don't have Junming. Junming is gravely injured. He's currently sitting in the emergency room. He is on his dying breath. We're going to start a Patreon for him. So if you want to donate to Junming's recovery fund, a link will be for that in the Spotify description. £100 minimum donation.
Are we actually
But
going
yeah.
with that? People are going to think
No,
he's actually
I'm
like...
not going to make that.
Jokes aside, he's just feeling under the weather.
Jokes
guys.
aside,
Like,
he's just a
it's
bit
pretty
under
bad.
the
He's
weather.
under the
But,
leather, yeah.
I don't know where to go from here. Alex, you take it away.
I'll take the steering wheel. Okay,
Well,
all
why not-
right, let's go. All right, boom,
just
boom.
so-
ba-
just
ba-
someone
ba-
ask,
ba-
like,
ba-
what have you guys
okay.
been up to, and then Alice can answer. Yeah.
Okay, what have you guys been up to?
I have been up to. Oh, I butchered that completely. But I've been up to. I watched a movie recently.
What
2
movie?
weeks ago.
Which movie?
Tenet. You guys heard of it?
Yeah, I want to watch it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
I
I
swear
don't
that's like
know-
the only movie that's come out like this year. I can't
That's what it
name
feels
any other
like.
movie that's come out this year.
this year...
It's like
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I think it's just
It's
because
like
we keep
that
seeing the
or-
advertising for it that we think that, oh...
Yeah.
is that
it
just
good?
some, like local movies? Okay. So spoiler-free review. I promise, no spoilers. Spoiler-free.
Yes, please.
Blah blah blah. I can't speak. I can't
Start
say
again,
free.
Alex. Speak slowly.
Okay, from the
into
top,
the
from the top,
microphone.
from the top. Spoiler-free review. There we go. The movie was good. I felt as if I understood what happened because Christopher. Is it Christopher Nolan?
Christopher Nolan
Christopher
has...
Nolan, yeah.
You need 200
Because
IQ to watch those.
Yeah, there's a thing where it's like, oh, you need 200 IQ. I honestly did not feel that. I don't know if I'm just so intelligent or if I'm just extremely smooth, like a smooth brain. I'm just a smooth brain.
Smooth.
No, that's the saying. It's
Smooth
just like if you're a
brain.
smooth brain, if you have
Oh,
a
smooth
brain.
brain. I just heard smooth. Like
Oh,
smooth
so
got to do with
smooth.
anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say I said smooth and then smooth brain. You get it? It's a
Yeah.
joke. It's funny. Clap along. Okay, I
Clap
know.
along if you feel
Uh,
like a room without a roof.
Yes. Okay. But okay, so yes, either of those two. The movie has a balance between action and story. Very captivating. Takes
Did you enjoy
very.
it? Was it fun? is
It
the
was
main
fun. It
point.
was definitely fun. It was a movie where I felt like I just didn't know when the movie was gonna end. Like
Is
if you
that
were
is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because sometimes people say it as like, oh, I didn't know when it was going to end.
Yeah.
It was so
It
boring.
was so dragged out.
It's so
Well, it
dragged out.
It's not in that sense. More like it's like when
You
will
didn't
the
want it to end.
Yeah, it's like I didn't want it to end, but also the plot took its time, but not too long. I would say.
Hmm.
I felt when the climax really happened, it really happened, right? It's not like it was rushed. Just what had to be done was done. Because think
So
of the
when
movie,
it's-
like
yeah.
cinematography, right? So I'm not any what would you call an expert
A
in cinematography?
cinematographer.
Yeah, a cinematographer. Wow, genius. So
Forgot
I'm not
the word.
Genius.
I'm not a cinematographer, but what he did a lot in the movie was have these cuts, so it kind of avoids filler, I would say. Not too much filler, right?
Hmm.
It's not like there was a beach episode in the middle of the movie or anything. You get me?
Nah, yeah, I don't think that's there in movies. That's a bit. It's a bit yikes if there's a beach episode halfway through a movie.
Yeah, it was a good day out. Of course, it was during the pandemic, but it was fine. Everything was under control,
Yeah,
and we all took
why don't we discuss that
precautions.
a bit? What was like the? Did they have any precautions, or what was different between a pandemic movie experience and a normal movie experience?
Well,
Because I
of
haven't been,
course,
for instance, I haven't been anywhere near a cinema in about 9 months.
yeah, same. I mean, actually, not
What do you
same.
mean?
What do you mean?
Yes,
What
same.
do you
You
mean?
just said
Yes.
you went to see a movie.
Okay,
This guy's
sorry.
forgetting. Oh my god.
I already forgot that I went to watch a movie. There was the social distancing. Social. I really couldn't. I can't speak for
God,
the
we are
past few
brain dead
episodes.
today.
I am very smooth in the head. Holy crap. Um,
Smooth in the head.
smooth in the head.
Oh no.
There was the social distancing precautions, so a few seats apart. That was fine. You
Oh, did
can't.
you have to sit apart from like the people you went to see it with?
Not all of them. Just like like I could sit next to one of them, and
Uh,
that's it.
who was left
But
out?
I mean, huh?
Who was left out?
Who's
Huh?
the lucky guy?
Who's the lucky guy? A man by the name of Jonas.
Oh, unlucky. You sat next to the worst person to be sat next to out of our friend group, I think.
Wow, that's a bit harsh, but anyways,
I don't know.
another
I don't
thing.
actually. I've never watched a movie with Jonas, so I wouldn't know. I just feel like he'd be the type of person to go, "Oh my god, dude, Lumfao, sing Party Rock Anthem."
It wasn't freaking. It wasn't like a comedy or anything. Don't worry.
No,
So
but
he
I think
wasn't
I
doing
feel
those
like
reactions.
I feel like in an actual he'd be the type of guy to be like, whoa, like really
Yeah,
loud.
whoa! I recognize that scene. It was from Star Wars Episode 6.
Oh, that actor, dude, he was also in blah
The
blah
actor
blah.
from Christopher Nolan's other 9 films.
Anyways, to get back on course, right? You can't eat in the cinema this time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And besides that, everything else was the same. Just tickets,
I mean, to be
whatever.
fair, do
Just
you
no
really want to
food
eat
and
in a cinema? Half the time the food is overpriced or garbage or both.
Yeah.
Have you tried like caramel popcorn or even like chocolate
Okay,
popcorn?
when I mean cinema food, I mean stuff like the hot dog, the cheap hot dogs that they have.
Then you're trolling if you take hot dogs in cinemas. I'm just saying. I'm sorry if I offend anyone.
Well,
Like, who takes hot dogs in the
okay.
cinema? Like, come on, please. You
It's
either
it's
take the nachos
Why
or you take the good popcorn, the
would
good
you take
flavors.
nachos, dude?
Cause it's good.
okay,
It's good.
okay. We accept that everyone has their own taste, okay, in food.
Why do we
Yeah,
say
yeah.
this? It's funner if we have an argument.
Um,
No, let's have an argument here. What's wrong? Okay, so what about nachos, huh? What's
oh
wrong
my
with it?
Yeah, but
god.
what's wrong with nachos compared to sausages, like hot dogs? Like, what's the difference?
The thing is with nachos, right? Unlike sausages, it's okay. Nachos are always gonna. I'm gonna sound really stupid because I don't think I know
You
what I'm
already
talking
do.
about. I don't think I know what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna say it anyways for entertainment purposes. You know,
It's
you
not
can
like
tell
you're
the
a
difference
sausage
between
connoisseur.
a cheap sausage and a decent sausage, right?
Oh, I see. I see what you're going for. If you buy like a bag of Doritos, you know it's going to be decent level. But for like the similar price for a sausage, it's going to be garbage.
Yeah, there's
Is that what you're trying to come
consistency
to?
that's guaranteed
Yeah.
with
Okay.
with like
Fair. That's
nachos,
fair.
right? And also the is it do you call it cheese sauce for nachos? What is it?
But like
Uh,
salsa?
sometimes it comes with salsa. Not all the places come with salsa. No, only Lunchables come with salsa. That's not
Nachos
even in
come
the
with
cinema.
salsa. What do you think they serve in Mexico?
No, I mean the cinema they usually come with this. At
Oh,
least in Hong
right.
Kong, they usually come with this like hot cheese sauce, and it's really good. That's really good as well. Like it's hot and it tastes amazing. It goes well.
It
Okay,
tastes
so
hot.
no, understand right? So you're in the cinema. The AC's on. It's gonna be quite cold, right? But then here you go. You have this one nacho chip, and you dip into that nice hot cheese sauce. And you take it in. You feel that warmth spread throughout your body. That's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what are you gonna do with a cheap wiener? You know, like I'm
I
gonna put
mean,
some mustard in.
eat the wiener, dude. The mustard's hot. The mustard makes it hot as well.
Hot in the sense that it's spicy, but it's not even that spicy.
Well, what hot are you thinking? You could have a hot. They don't serve that. They don't serve the hot dogs cold. If that's what you're trying to get at.
And that's all I'm trying to get at. But you could.
I win the argument. End
No,
of.
you
Goodbye.
don't win.
I win.
Okay. You gain more warmth from nachos, right? Because the sauce. There's more sauce than there is sausage.
Mate, you're having a stroke. I think. Let's just end the argument. Here.
Okay, let's.
I think
Okay.
you're having a stroke.
Conclusion: I win. It's
Well,
okay to
the
like
big,
what
the
you
big
guys
L is
have.
buying any food at the cinema to begin with. The big brain is eating a proper lunch before you go to the cinema. That's the
Yeah,
big
but
brain play.
sometimes it's fun to eat and watch. To be fair, I understand it. You know, but yeah, but to each their own. Besides that, you know, because it's been so long since we've watched movies, kind of made me think about, oh, when's the last time I watched a movie besides Tenet, right? And I have no clue. I already forgot. I don't know if it was Endgame that was the last movie I watched or something else. I really do not
Are you talking
remember.
about cinemas or movies? Just movies in general.
Movies in
I
general,
think
like, do you
cinemas
remember?
Really?
easier.
No, I can.
Endgame.
For you, Sean, Endgame?
Detective Pikachu with Jun Ming.
If we're talking about cinemas, the last thing I watched was Jumanji 2. But if we're talking about movies, it was which one was it? I think it was Thor: The Dark World, because I wanted to finish the Thor series, and I never did.
Isn't that the one where the villain looks like a Teletubby?
Uh,
I wouldn't know. I haven't watched it, so I'm not a fan of.
I just knew that Thor: The Dark World was the really boring one.
That's the second one, right?
Yeah, second one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one. It was
And then the third one was Ragnarok.
Ragnarok was,
Yeah.
in my opinion, quite brilliant. It was good. It was a really
Quite
good.
brilliant.
It was.
Ragnarok was hilarious.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious. Like, it was a really good mix of comedy and just like it played to the characters really well.
Mm-hmm. But the thing with the second movie, it's like,
Yeah, I didn't
it
really
was
get
boring,
what's happening.
probably, right?
It was, in my opinion, it was really boring.
Like I said, all I remember is that the villain looked like a deranged
Teletubby.
Teletubby. Yeah,
Teletubby.
like
A
a really
deranged
evil.
Teletubby.
I don't know, like, cause it was like gray. It's like the life was sucked out of it. That poor
But
Teletubby.
But Teletubbies are supposed to be happy.
Not this
Well,
one.
not the one in Thor in the Dark World.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Malekith. It doesn't look like a Teletubby.
I remember him looking like a Teletubby for some reason.
Okay.
I watched that movie in the cinema, and that's all I can remember. I even had like his special 3D glasses. You know when you go to the cinema, there's like those themed 3D
Oh, yeah.
glasses where it looks like the character, right? So I had one of that guy, and then
They're
he has like
obsolete
those
now.
Teletubby ears, right? I mean, they are obsolete because now they're outdated and there's better 3D technology.
Oh, does anyone have the red and blue 3D glasses?
With the OG red and blue
Yeah.
glasses?
Instead of real D. I used to have them. I don't know where I put them.
I had a cheap one that came with a Guinness
Yeah,
Guinness
I would always.
World Record
My
book.
one was from a book.
Yeah, mine was from the Guinness World Record book. It came free with the 2009 edition, I think. It worked, yeah.
Oh crap!
Back when 3D was like, but after you watched it,
3D was the cool
your
thing,
eye,
yeah.
like one eye would see red, one eye would see blue.
Yeah.
Like back then,
It was
3D
kinda
was
cool feeling.
what, blue red vision, right?
Yeah,
Blue
now
3D.
now when they do it, it's real D. I think real D.
Real D. What the
Yeah,
crap?
yeah,
It's the real deal.
so that you don't have to see red and blue.
It's just like a what's it called?
I don't know how they do it.
It's just
but
like it's just sunglasses, pretty much.
Yeah, it just looks like sunglasses.
Yeah, how about 4D? You guys ever experienced 4D?
Yes, Disneyland. The only time I ever have is
Ocean Park,
Disneyland.
but same thing, yeah. Which is
It's
a
like
theme park in Hong
The
Kong.
show. I forgot what it
4D
was.
kind of sucks.
Isn't 4D just like they make everything a little bit colder when they're in the winter? Ice.
Or when you see water,
Or
like
like
there's
there's an earthquake and
sprinklers.
then whoa,
Yeah.
your chair's shaking.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're not that far off, to be fair.
No,
It's like,
but when I was a kid, I was so shocked. I was like, "Whoa, how'd they do that?" You know.
it's like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I can smell the
my
perfume.
God, I can smell.
They actually do that though. Aroma. They call it aromatherapy, and the idea. I think I read this. The idea is, especially Disneyland, for example, they spray chocolate chip cookies, and the idea is that they say smell is linked to memory, which is
Oh, are they
so.
saying it's some kind of like marketing thing where you're like,
Of course, it's
I could
marketing.
go with a chocolate chip cookie now?
It's not that, more like because you smell chocolate chip cookies. Apparently, it's supposed to bring you back to your childhood, and then that
Oh,
relates to happy memories, and that somehow
right.
links to Disney, and that all kind of links up.
Hmm.
I don't know
Where all
how
your
well it
wishes
works.
come true.
Well,
um, maybe people should start
Well,
using 4D to teach people then. Like, imagine if it's
what?
that if you
What do you mean? So
remember.
like you're
No,
learning about volcanoes, so then you will die in a fire?
nah, it's like they start spraying sulfur in the
Oh,
classroom
that's
to.
yeah. Just here's a bit of arsenic, kids. Have that.
Yeah. I mean, aromatherapy, right? It makes you remember things better. So at least remember the time where they almost
You
got
won't remember
suffocated.
anything when
There's
you're
nothing to
dead.
remember when they're dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair, fair. It,
Where do you
it do
think?
be
Where
a
do you think?
shame.
Where
It
do
do
you
be a
think they'll go
shame.
after 4D? What do you think is the technological next step after 4? Don't say 5D because that's really unhelpful in this
I mean,
conversation.
when you have
6D?
what do you call it? What are those things? VR.
VR.
I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
the only way to do it would be to improve that, because I think
Or they
that's
improve 4D.
how would you improve it though? Like actually, when there's when the ground shakes, there's actually an earthquake that happens
Yeah,
just for
they
the show.
physically shift the tectonic plates so
Yeah,
that you
of
No,
the
will
earth.
receive an
listen, listen,
earthquake.
listen. I got an idea. Like my brain is so massive, I might have to patent this myself. Like in 20 years in
Okay.
advance already. What if they were to make complete a theater made for the purpose of 4D, and which is like it's simple
I've
instead
been
of
to
like
that.
just
It's in
reusing.
Disneyland.
No, but instead like reusing a theater like fully purpose for 4D, as in what if the theater could move and stuff like that.
I've been to that. It's in Disneyland.
Wait, actually, wait.
So
Yeah,
much
it's
for
an
your
Iron
patent.
Man thing. It's like the Iron Man ride. Have you been? Has anyone been on that?
No, I
You
thought I
go
was
sit.
really.
Not yet.
No, you go sit in like a Iron Man like module thing. It's like a flying car of the future, and then it moves up and down. They have to strap you in because it's like a roller coaster. Actually, how do I put it? You know those like those roller coaster rides, those virtual roller coaster rides you sometimes see in like arcades. They're like the small little
Yeah.
pods that sort of move up and then they all fly about. It's like that, but it's like a big theater and it does the same thing.
You make it sound like the Harry Potter ride in Japan Universal Studios.
Well, if it sounds like that, why'd you suggest it like it was a new idea?
No, because how do you define 4D? Because that just sounds like an interact. It's not even inter. It's
It's not interactive though. It's
it's
like as when the thing goes down in the screen, the whole theater points down, and like it does a movement thing where it looks or feels like you're falling down. You know.
but
It's
wait,
I think I'm not sure if we're talking. I swear that's the same thing you're talking about because I it was kind of freaky when I
I was
went on it.
confused initially because I thought you made it sound more like a theme park ride than an actual
No, it's an
4D
actual
watching.
theater. It's got a screen. It's got one screen that about a group of 20 to 25 people, I'd estimate, sit in. It's a theater, but then it moves up from the ground and then becomes one of those arcade rides.
Ah, then I guess yeah. I'm not so innovative, am I?
I mean, it's a good idea.
It's just already taken.
True.
Anyways, back
Unlucky,
to
Alex.
really honestly unlucky. So Sean, you watched Jumanji
It's not
2,
like you could have
right?
made much money out of that.
True, true, true. You watched Jumanji 2. I think I watched that as well. Did you watch it, Renan?
No, I watched Jumanji 1.
Ah, what are your thoughts on? Actually, let's ask Sean, the man who watched both Jumanjis. How was that?
Wait,
How did it feel to see Dwayne the Rock Johnson
Dwayne The
twice?
Rock Johnson was only in one of them.
no, it's
Wait,
above
was he
them.
not in the first one?
What do you
He was in
mean
both.
twice? The
Are you
first one
talking
was with
about the
Robin
previous
Williams,
series,
dude.
not the movies? Because
No, wait.
What are you talking about? The first Jumanji was with Robin Williams.
No, that's
okay,
really old Jumanji. We're talking
yeah,
about Jumanji 1 and 2, as in
the newer one,
Oh, the
the
recently.
newest
remastered
series.
Jumanji.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
How was it, Sean?
Uh, I thought it was good. It's just
Yeah,
like I didn't watch the one with Robin Williams in it, so I didn't. I feel like if I did, I would maybe have a better connection. But other than that, I just thought it was a good film.
yeah, because from what I've heard, this movie, like that movie, is either you love it or you hate it, or like that kind of thing.
Oh, I hope not,
Which one, the
because
original or the new one?
The new one, the new one.
Oh no, because it's just a really fun movie. I think.
Yeah, I found it fun. It's just like, because people would meme on it, but maybe that's just because of the cast, right? I don't
Yeah, they
know.
see
Yeah.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson and is Kevin Hart in it?
Yeah,
I think
Kevin
Yeah, Kevin
Hart
Hart's in
and
it,
Jack
Kevin
and
Black,
Jack
Hart and
Black.
Blackjack. No, Jack Black.
Karen Gillan. Yeah.
It's a pretty quote unquote memeable cast.
Mm.
Yeah.
What do you say your favorite films were, as of
It's a
now?
bit of a
As of
jump
now, or
cut.
even it's not really a jump cut. The reason why I brought it up is like we only go to movies like so we go to movies more sparingly now, of course because of reasons. Something 19 exists. Even before the virus, I felt as though me at least I was watching way less movies.
Oh, true.
So
Yeah, like out of the last 2 years, I think I've watched 3 films in the cinema, and that was Detective Pikachu, Baby Driver, and Weathering with You.
So I
So
feel as though like it might be easier to come up with a favorite movie since
Yeah.
more less movies has been watched. So it's not like you're um, bombarded with tons of different movies
mhm.
that you're gonna have to like
It's
scan through
more.
your brain, and be like,
I think it's
was
more
this one
like
better than the other?
Okay, I think what we can do is we could be like Alex could be like, on the topic of movies, what would you say is your favorite movie? And then we can go like other than your favorite movie, what's your favorite movie series? For example, just to I think that could
I
be a
feel
good
like
thing to
we could just
discuss.
continue going from where we are.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think the transition was all right. Okay, well,
Okay.
let's resume in
Also,
three.
wait, no, no. Wait. Also,
Yeah.
after was it Alex asked me the first time how I thought about Jumanji? My Wi-Fi got cut, so Ronan, be careful of that.
Oh, okay.
I
So
think you'll notice it if you play them all
okay,
together.
no problem, no problem.
Okay, let's resume in
Okay, yeah.
We
three,
continue.
2, 1, go. But yeah, so you're saying Sean or Ronan?
No,
Wait.
we were talking about favorite movies, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were. So
Okay, let's. Okay, I mean, last episode we talked about our favorite music with our good friend Harry, right? That was last week. No,
yeah.
not last week. You mean last episode? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this week, I guess we'll talk about favorite movies. Let's start with Alex. Why not?
Rewind.
That's the rewind time.
Okay, rewind.
So guys, what's your favorite movie?
Right.
And the audience is not gonna understand why we're laughing our pants off. But
Yeah, this is the third time we've got.
Okay, I'll just say I'll just continue from that. 3, 2, 1.
So guys, what's your favorite movie, guys?
Why are we laughing?
you know what you should do? You should leave this in post and like put at the end of the
Yeah.
podcast like a freaking
Yeah, like a
like a
blooper.
secret
Deleted
ending,
scene.
a secret, not secret ending, like a secret. Yeah, secret,
Yeah.
secret. Like like how Marvel movies afterwards.
Yeah, the post
Yeah,
credit
that's this is what
scene.
this is.
Okay.
This is post credit scene right here. So hello, thanks for listening to the podcast. Okay, now cut. Okay, so in 5 seconds, I'm counting down to the count of five. We're gonna ask what are your favorite movies. Okay.
So, on the topic of movies, I thought since we talked about our favorite music pieces or favorite albums or whatever last week, I thought maybe it'll be interesting to talk about movies this time around. So, what's your favorite movies? I think I think it could be any genre, because I
Yeah,
feel like there's so many movies that
it's kind of hard sometimes to pin it to one. I would
pin it
say.
down to one movie. So
Yeah.
if you want to listen, maybe just favorite films, like
Yeah,
overall.
maybe top three. Top three.
Top three, yeah.
Yeah.
But if
Top
you want,
three.
let's go with Alex first, maybe.
Sure. I need to think. My memory's a bit hazy when it comes to these movies.
Yeah, I think we all have
Top
to think.
three. Well, I think once for sure. Very fond of the Pirates of the Caribbean series as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I grew up watching that, and always a thrill. Funny, full of adventure, and
You like
just
Johnny Depp as an actor?
yeah, I like him as actor. I like his performance on Jack Sparrow. It's not like It's not like it was an adaptation of Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow's a new character. It's not like it's not like oh I like his rendition. It's like I just like how he acted this new character. It was fun to watch, and like the fact that the guy was like Jack Sparrow as a character, he's so calm, yet you know that he's panicking so hard when
Yeah,
like
he's
in
got a
events of
sort of air
climax.
of cockiness around him.
Yeah, and it's just funny to watch as a kid, especially. Like, imagine you're facing the what do you call it, the Kraken or Davy Jones, right? And you're just
Hmm.
taking the piss at him. That's just funny. And it might even be
Interesting
literal
way
if
of
it's
putting it.
Jack Sparrow. It might even be literal.
Hmm.
And then and little did you know he uses the piss to ignite it on fire or something, and the ship goes down. And then that's the end of the movie. I don't know, something like that.
I don't think that happened in
I don't think that happened. I
Pirates
don't
of the
think that happened.
Caribbean.
Wait, what's the third movie? Is it the third movie where Davy
Third one
Jones
is at World's End.
at World's End? So it should be Davy
The
Jones.
one where he ends up in like the sand purgatory thing out of
And he's
the
like
earth.
running away and everything.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Was that? Was
Hmm?
that the last one with Orlando Bloom? Because Orlando Bloom left halfway through, didn't he?
Who did Orlando? Who did he play?
Orlando Bloom played the. I forgot his name. You know what I'm talking about? The guy with the long hair.
Wait, you mean the guy from the first movie? And he's like trying to get with the girl?
Yes, that's him. That's him.
Oh, the blacksmith. Ah,
Is it the blacksmith? I don't know. I just know
I
that he
think
left for like the fourth movie. I don't know if he's back in the fifth one. I haven't
he
seen
came back in the last movie, looking like a
Maybe.
Chad. I remember. He looked like an absolute Chad in the last movie. I remember. Dead Men Tell No Tales. I think it was the last movie. Should be. But where was I? No, that movie's just great to watch. It's just it's fun. In general, for me, it's a bit of bias because I was always fond of uh the story of pirates in general.
Mm.
It's just an intense and crazy adventure. They always make it sound full of life and everything, and it's like barbaric, but on the ocean. You know,
On the
Anything goes on the ocean.
on the
anything goes
ocean.
on the ocean. Imagine Fast and Furious, but in the ocean. Now that I would watch.
Without Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Nah, but it's not Dwayne the Rock Johnson. It would be what would be a pirate name for Dwayne the Rock Johnson? Dwayne the Barnacle Johnson.
Dwayne the
Barnacle.
Barnacle is Barnacle. I thought you were gonna say Bald Man Dwayne or something. I feel that works better as a pirate name rather than
Captain
Dwayne the
Barnacle Johnson. Captain Barnacle
Captain
Johnson.
Barnacle Johnson. Jesus Christ, Alex.
Not bad. Okay.
Hmm.
Another movie. Anyways, another movie. Crap, this is hard, cause so many good movies. How can you choose, man? Let me think. I would say I'll have to pick a Marvel movie, I think. Not necessarily a favorite, but just one which is really fun to watch and great. Into the Spider-Verse. That was great.
I still haven't watched it.
It's not good for those if you have like motion sickness because it's a lot of effects.
A lot of
If I was
fast
saying,
animation.
I almost wanted to puke in like a bit when I watched it.
Really?
Actually?
It's
Wow.
yeah. I don't do too well with special effects. My older sister does it a lot worse, and I kind of had to
Alright.
sit back and just like ow.
Take a breather.
But if you're talking about visually, it's amazing. I'd say
It's dynamic.
it's
very
like
dynamic.
dynamic. Dynamic's a really good word for it.
So much is going on.
So it's good, and the
And-
colors are all like there's just a lot.
Vibrant, very
Vibrant.
vibrant.
Yeah.
Vibrant and impactful.
You're watching you're watching a moving comic, pretty much.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Like if Telltale, if
Telltale.
Telltale
Rest in
Games
peace.
had, unfortunately, if Telltale Games had like an unlimited budget, infinite budget, that's what I would think of. Blah, blah, blah. Huh? How do I speak? How do you speak English? Think of. Wait, was that really that difficult to say?
Yes, for you.
For me. But yeah, that was a great movie. The character Miles Morales is fun
Miles
to
Morales.
watch.
Miles
Oh,
Morales.
there's gonna be a PS4 or PS5 game of it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. This should be interesting. I can't wait. Speaking of, you reminded me of my third and final favorite because Harry Potter, I would say. Just
Isn't
Harry
The
Potter
series or any particular movie?
series, the books, everything. I can't choose from Harry Potter for any specific film because you grew up watching that, right?
I
True.
At least that's
didn't.
how I was raised.
You
Every
didn't?
year,
Yeah.
Were you never exposed to any of the Harry Potter
I've never read
cultural phenomena?
I've never read a single book, nor have I watched a single
Really?
second of their movies.
Damn.
You will
I
have a
mean,
thrill.
I'm not saying like, damn, you're missing out, but like, I thought it was everywhere at a certain point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My older sister said it's I don't mean to offend any fans, but she said it was really boring, and I
Mm,
I don't know whether to take her word on it. Maybe I'll watch it one day because it's such a
I mean,
long
to be fair,
series.
it's
It's
pretty
such a
yeah,
huge
nerdy.
series. Yeah.
8 films. Seven,
8
yeah,
films.
8 films. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
Nah,
that's a
it's a bit
lot.
nerdy. I will admit, it is
There's
pretty
nothing wrong with
nerdy.
being nerdy. I think
I
we're
know,
all
I know,
I
I
mean,
nerds.
know.
we're all
We're
nerds,
all
aren't we?
nerds.
Here.
Nerds.
More like geeks, right? Geeks is the
What's the
better word.
difference?
So nerd
You're
is
now
like,
you being pedantic is nerd-like.
not listen. I don't even know what that word means, so therefore I'm not a nerd. But
Okay,
nerd
fine.
means like, from what I understood, like academically like smart, right?
Oh, okay. Are you telling us? Are you saying we're not
Geek.
academically smart, Alex?
We're
I'm not
not.
saying that. Oh, fine. You're so smart, Ronan. You're such a nerd.
Thanks,
You
dude.
too, Sean. You're a
Thanks,
really good
dude.
nerd as well. Holy
God.
crap.
Really good
Really
nerd,
good nerd. Didn't know there was a bad
as
nerd.
opposed to bad nerds.
Damn, you don't want to get along with the bad nerds, man. I don't
I
know.
wish that
I
I
don't know where I'm
could
going
be
with that
like the
joke.
bad nerds.
But geek. So geek is a gaming nerd. You get it.
Or gaming,
Is
just
it?
anything with like an interest. I
God, we're
think.
getting way too into talking about what's a nerd and what's a geek. Okay, we
Yeah,
are fans of series that have large cultural followings.
and that's okay.
That
And
is
that's
all
that's okay.
right. But the thing with Harry Potter is like back then at least, it was very common for what parents would do with their children. Um, every year they would let them watch like the first film, then the next year they watch the second film. Like you grow up with that. So that's what happened to me. My
Hmm.
father made me watch it in that kind of way, and it was really good. It was a really good experience because you grew up with the character and you felt like things were relatable, right?
Yeah,
And it
I
was
too
fun.
am a magical wizard.
I mean, you could be,
Oh,
because
true.
there is a PS5 game, Harry Potter RPG coming out soon.
Is it an RPG? I thought it was just
Apparently,
like a. It's made
no.
by the same people who made Just Cause. That's all I know about it.
All I heard, because I was talking with Harry the other day when we went outside for band practice, right? And what was I going to say? And yeah, he just mentioned the fact that they're working on a Harry Potter RPG, and there was
Hmm.
apparently some footage. It's
It looks
promising
quite
from
good,
what I've heard.
actually.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything yet, but the fact that there is such a thing like this is crazy. I can't wait. Like you can make your own wizard and stuff. You're not playing
Hmm.
fixated characters.
Finally, I mean, it's been so long since. Like, I'm surprised no one has made a proper Harry Potter game before now.
I thought they have a
I think
phone
people.
one, right? They have a phone Harry Potter game.
Yeah, and it apparently wasn't very good. There's also Lego
Oh,
Star Wars.
Lego.
Not Lego
But
Star Wars,
Lego
Lego Harry
Lego
Potter.
Star
Lego
Wars, and
Star
of course
Wars.
there was Lego Star
No,
Wars.
because when you think of
Who could
Lego
forget?
games, the first things that most people think of when it comes to like Lego branded games is Lego Star Wars.
For me,
They're
it's
the best
Batman.
ones, arguably.
Batman was
Oh, Lego
oh
Batman wasn't bad,
the
yeah.
old one. If you play that, you are my friend. I spent so much time on it.
Lego
Hmm.
Batman's great.
Yeah,
Yeah, just Lego games. I mean, Lego games.
yeah.
They always nailed it. Like it could be Lego anything,
The Indiana
and it would still
Jones
be
one
good.
was okay. I think it
I
wasn't.
forgot they
I,
made a Lego Indiana Jones game, if I'm
oh, it was on
honest.
the DS. It was pretty fun.
Oh,
It's on a lot of
oh
consoles,
the
dude,
D
not
the
just the
DS
DS.
Lego Batman game was so nostalgic for me.
Yeah, the DS in general is nostalgic.
Yeah, true.
True.
Yeah, playing Diamond and Pearl and stuff like that. It's awesome. Well, I actually
That was a
just
bit off
wanted
track.
to. It's not. It's a bit off track, but we're gonna switch gears. Okay, we're
Yeah, it's
back into
bottom
the main
gear.
track. Bottom gear might.
Yeah.
Okay, we're
Bottom
not
gear,
gonna.
mine.
We're just gonna leave that as an inside joke. There's no way I'm gonna explain this for another 10 minutes about what bottom gear is. There's no
No,
way.
no, it's fine. If they want to find bottom gear, they can search up bottom gear.
Yeah. And I want to add one more. Lord of the Rings. I completely forgot, but Lord of the Rings was amazing for me. Lord of the Rings and Hobbit.
Okay.
I personally enjoyed the movies, but I also read the books, and the books were much better, of course. The movie was too stretched out because the Hobbit movie could just be one book long and it would be fine. But the problem is the they made it a trilogy when it didn't have to be.
Right.
I was so
So
yeah. Sorry.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say the movie would have been even better if it was just one movie. there really wasn't a need to stretch it out so much. Like they had so many unnecessary skirmishes, or there was from what I remember, a lot of dialogue which was not even useful for building character.
Or like it's just filler.
Yeah, it was filler. But the thing is, because there's 7 dwarves, right? Or is it 7 dwarves or is that Snow
No,
White? I
that's
don't know.
no, that's Snow White,
That's
dude.
no way. Seven
There was
dwarves?
I don't know how many dwarves there were,
7
but
dwarves.
Frodo
yeah.
and the
no,
seven
Your
dwarves.
lives.
there were several dwarves, several, not 7,
Several.
I
Use several instead of 7.
I don't know how many dwarves there were, but there's several. So I felt if they were gonna make it a trilogy, I thought that the trade-off would be like we'll get to know all the dwarves a lot better, but not really. You get to know the main guy, and you get to know Bilbo. Is it Bilbo? Yeah, it's
Bilbo
Bilbo.
Baggins,
Bilbo
yeah.
Baggins,
It's
yes.
Bilbo Baggins first, then Frodo. Yeah. So you get to know them too really good, and
Oh my god, I said
it's
Frodo.
an interesting story. What about Frodo? Do you say it was Frodo?
Yeah, I said Frodo. It is
It's okay.
Frodo. What was I thinking?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
What are
that's
you guys thinking of? Are we
What are you
mentally
thinking of?
sane today?
No, I thought we said we all agreed that it was Bilbo first,
Then again,
Bilbo,
I didn't
and then
watch.
Frodo.
I didn't really watch it,
Pippin,
Yeah.
so that's my
Sam, and the
defense.
other one, Frodo.
Hey, Samwise Gamgee, I've been eavesdropping. I don't know.
Okay, that's a reference
That was
no
a
one here is going to get because I
no. That
haven't
was a
seen it.
really bad. It's Gandalf. I was about to say Dumbledore. Oh my gosh. Oh my
Oh, we
gosh.
are
I'm really off
mentally
today.
booming.
I'm
We are
really off
mentally
today.
booming.
I almost said Dumbledore, dude. Oh my.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, those are my 4 movies I really liked. Just to quickly summarize, I just generally like movie where there's a balance of action, comedy, and adventure, and just meaning. Like Lord of the Rings was very
Meaning.
dramatic. So Lord of the Rings was I liked it for the adventure and how they played out really dramatic scenes. Pirates of the Caribbean, I liked the action, the comedy. Harry Potter, I just liked the idea of the world itself and just exploring that
The
world,
world building.
the world building. And what was the other one? Oh yes, Into the Spider Verse. I just appreciate the art style. It was just so fun to watch. Yeah.
Fair.
So that's my part done. How about you guys? Who wants to go next?
Rona, you wanna? I don't mind.
Sure, I'll go. I don't really know what my favorite movies are because I don't watch movies that often. Like I said, I've watched about 3 films in the cinema in the last 2 years, I'd say. One movie that I keep watching. It might not be my quality wise the best movie, but it's a movie I go back to watch quite regularly. Is have you guys heard of Hot Fuzz?
Hot.
No,
Let me
I have
search it.
not.
No,
I've not heard of it.
It's a trilogy of movies. I mean, Hot Fuzz is the second in the trilogy. It's just a comedy film about cops. It's very British. I can't really think of it.
I know Simon
British.
Pegg, but I don't know.
Simon Pegg's in it. Yeah,
yeah.
Nick Frost is in it. It's very very British. But yeah, it's a comedy movie about cops in an idealistic,
Oh, I think I've seen this.
picturesque town.
I think I know it. I've seen the scenes. I've seen some scenes.
You've probably
I've
seen
never
a
watched
few
it.
scenes
Yeah.
before because it's
It's
one of those.
memed.
It's one of those movies that has about 9,000 famous gifs.
Yeah, probably.
People like to use, but it's a good film. I come back to it often. It's very funny. It's very
Wait,
very action packed.
is Hot Fuzz the movie? Which is that? You said it just produces very popular gifs, right?
Yeah.
Was one of them perhaps a fat guy doing like jazz hands or something, right?
That's probably Nick Frost, but yeah,
My gosh.
it
Okay.
probably is.
Then I
But yeah,
might know.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's one of those movies where you've probably seen a gif of it somewhere. You just probably haven't seen the film.
When was this
but-
movie released?
2010,
Oh,
I think.
okay.
I don't know. It's a trilogy of movies. The first one is Shaun of the Dead. Second one is Hot Fuzz. Third one is World's End. But they're a very good trilogy of films. In fact, I'll recommend the whole trilogy because it's fun. I love the director. The director is one of my favorites of all time.
Wait, did you say Shaun of the Dead?
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead. Yeah, it's
Oh,
a comedy zombie film.
Yeah.
Ah.
Have you watched it? Has anyone watched it? I think it's the same realm as in.
I haven't watched it.
probably
I didn't know
seen
that.
gifs of it
I didn't know that
somewhere.
was a trilogy though. That's cool.
No, it's not. It's not a trilogy as in all but the stories might latch up, but it's a trilogy based on the actors and the people who direct it. It's the same actors, it's the same directors. But yeah, that's one of them. Directed by Edgar Wright, who is probably my favorite director. Because he does like a whole bunch of fun films. Another film that I'm quite fond of is Flushed Away.
I know
I
this.
know
I knew
this.
you were gonna say this.
Yeah, I know. You know I was gonna say this. Flushed Away. I don't know why. I just like it a lot. It's. I don't. Have you? Do you? Has anyone else watched Flushed Away here?
I
No,
watched Flushed Away, but I was
Do you know
so
what Flushed
young.
Away is, Sean?
I'm searching it now. Flushed.
It's made by the same people who make like Wallace and Gromit, Shaun the Sheep.
I
Yeah,
immediately
yeah,
recognized the main character.
Yeah, it's Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
I think
I never watched it, but I just the art style is just so.
the art. I like the art style. I think I'm not sure if I watched it because I was forced to watch it for a large period of time in my childhood. Because like my dad
Forced.
had like a CD player or DVD player in the back of one of his old cars, and me and my sister were so lazy to take the DVD out that we just left what was playing in there, and it was Flushed Away. So I watched Flushed Away about 19 times in my youth. But it's a good film. It's a comedy animated film. I'll say it again because it just makes me sound a bit patriotic. It's very British.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember they had British accents. Wait, the movie is literally just about
It's
how.
about a rat. It's about a posh rat who gets flushed away into the sewer in like some kind
Yeah.
of.
Ratatouille
But
Part 2? No.
Instead they're not. Instead of cooking, they're. I forgot the plot. Honestly, it's been ages since I watched it. But yeah, it's a good film. Watch it if you want to watch rats. Yeah, if you want to watch rats, full stop. But yeah, that's probably the second one. Third one, I don't really know what to put for the third one. I don't want to put an anime film because that makes me come off as a weeb.
No, go
Nothing
Yeah,
wrong
I'll
with
ahead.
say
that.
another.
Nothing wrong
Go
with that.
ahead.
Go for
No,
it.
go
We
for
have
it.
some variety, man.
We are no
Some
one
good
to
variety.
judge.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that actually because I can't think of any anime films.
I mean, weren't
I'll
you
probably,
quite fond?
I'd probably say. What do you say, Alex?
I thought you were like quite fond of
Weathering with you.
what was it?
Oh, no.
Yeah, Weathering with You.
No, I thought it was okay. I'm not particularly fond of it. I haven't watched Your Name. I feel like that's a bit of a travesty because if I feel like everyone should have watched Your Name.
Uh,
I mean, it's not like you
Okay, I'm
have
guessing
to,
that
but
means you guys haven't.
I have. I
have.
haven't watched
Oh,
Weathering
you've
with You
watched it.
though, but I've watched
Oh.
Your Name.
I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I don't know. I'll screw the anime film. I'll pick my third film. I don't know actually. I think I'll leave it at those two films. I can't think of a third film that I can talk about at length. I'll just leave it
I
at Flushed Away and
I,
Hot Fuzz.
I kind of want to go back to Flushed Away a bit because the animation they use like clay, correct?
It's
Is it
claymation, yeah, stop motion
claymation
clay.
is crazy. If you think about it, the things they have to do to get that claymation right, I
I
don't know
think
how
they
they do
said
it.
something like they have to take 16
it's 16 frames
16
per second or
picture-
something
yeah,
like that.
16 frames per second of each moving each character.
I really just don't know how they do it. It's
Patience.
crazy. And they made so many films. Wasn't there a movie called Chicken Run? Is it?
Oh,
Chicken
Chicken
Run,
Run.
Wallace and Gromit,
Wallace
and
and
the Curse of the
Gromit.
Were
Yeah,
Rabbit,
that's immediately what I thought.
and Flushed Away. They've done two more, but I haven't watched them. They did the Shaun the Sheep movie.
Is
Oh,
Shaun
Shaun
the
the
Sheep
one that I haven't
claymation?
watched. Shaun the Sheep was made by the same people, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I
Yeah,
just
Shaun
remember
the
because
Sheep.
I for some reason I'm really stupid, but like, oh well, Sneer, am I right? But anyways, with
Oh,
Shaun the Sheep, because of how woolly the characters are, right? You don't see like as much clay. You get me?
Yeah, that
It's
kind
easy
I
to
of.
see what you
forget
mean.
that
It
that was
makes it look like
it's
it's like a
But
plastic model.
yeah,
yeah. That's why I was like, wait, I had to reconfirm. Was that claymation? Yeah, it
It is
is.
claymation because
Oh,
Shaun the Sheep was a character in Wallace and Gromit, and then Shaun the Sheep
really?
is a spin-off. Yeah,
Oh, could we
and then
cut
Shaun
off
the
for a
Sheep is a
second? I need
spin-off.
to.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
You need
give me
to
a second.
pee or something.
I do.
Go pee now.
Okay,
This
bye.
is the
Bye.
the break.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Okay, so we're
So
all back.
uh,
So remember we were at Shaun the Sheep,
talking
claymation.
about Shaun the Sheep.
You're talking about how Shaun the Sheep was a character in Wallace
Yeah.
and Gromit. Okay, so let's resume in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go back.
Yeah. Shaun the Sheep was a spin-off character from Wallace and Gromit
Now
in one of their.
that is actually a new fact to me. I never really put
I
those
mean, to be
two.
fair, it's old. It's like 1980s. The Wallace and Gromit short, I'm pretty sure.
I remember I always
1980s.
got creeped
Bro,
out by
Wallace
it a
and Gromit
bit.
is old, dude.
Like the one where he becomes a bunny. That was a bit creepy for me.
That's the movie. That one's
Yeah.
pretty. That's the newest one, I think.
Is it?
Because the guy who voices him is dead.
Oh.
Oh no, crap! Rest in
Yeah,
peace.
because
Rest in peace.
he's an English comic legend, Peter Sellers, but he died. Why did I say it like that? Never mind. But yeah,
He's
I don't think
passed
the way you said
away.
it was bad. It's
no, I just feel
unfortunate.
like he's died. Moving on, you know.
It's okay. We said our respects. Don't worry. He left a great legacy of, you know. I mean, it's. I think the only
Cheese.
thing. What sucks is that is there going to be another studio that tries to do claymation ever again? That's what I'm thinking about.
No, because I think it's the studio that currently does it. It's sort of their whole thing. So that's why they like a lot of people do. Actually, not really. The Lego Movie was partly not claymated, but stop motion. Stop motion. I'm pretty sure
Similar concept, but they had to use Lego.
they
I
used
think
Lego.
clay
Yeah.
would be harder than Lego still. Cause keep in
I'm not so sure because I feel
I
like
don't know.
with clay you can move them. Lego you can only act within the parameters of the brick. Clay is sort of you can make clay into whatever you want, but with Lego bricks you have to use the specific bricks to make something.
You have to work with what you have, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah,
but the faces could be animated, right? Isn't that what they did? Or
I
was it
think
like did
so.
they get a
Yeah,
new head for each emotion? I'm not too sure.
I don't know. I just know that parts of the Lego Movie were filmed stop motion.
Because I felt as though claymation might be harder because you have to rebuild these models. You have to build because it depends on how much effort you want to put into the animation, right? From
Mm-hmm.
what I remember, the studio that did Wallace and Gromit and everything like that, very expressive animation, right? So they have to like morph the clay quite a bit. With
Mm.
Lego, what do they do exactly? They just what? I sound like it sounds a bit biased the way I say it, but I just want to understand mainly. For Lego, when they try to be expressive, it's like the pieces of the Lego characters like popping out and then goes back in. You get me?
Mm.
So I'm wondering, like, first of all, yeah, that's impressive for both sides. It's just what's more difficult, I wonder. I'm gonna go watch a video after this podcast and find out myself. I'm kind of curious. Anyhow, so Sean, that just leaves you.
I just was Sean. Yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully, because while we were discussing, I was formulating my list. Uh, okay.
Wow. List, huh?
Oh no, well, top three, right? I had a bit
Okay.
of difficulty thinking. Okay, number one would be, Bicentennial Man, starring Robin Williams. If I really
Robin
had to
Williams.
pick a
Right.
favorite one, it's about, it's set in the year it was made in 1999, set in the year 2007. And basically it's like a really futuristic world where everyone has like a server robot, or rather,
Mm.
there's a robot that acts like a maid, like he can do anything. He can wash your dishes. He's just a household bot, right? Basically,
A house
yeah.
bot. Yeah.
But this guy, who Robin Williams was playing, this android is rather special, and he just finds his way through humanity. That's the best way I can summarize
Hmm.
it. And I don't know why. I think the first time I watched it, I was like really drawn into it. I think it's because it's one of those things where if you watch it, it's not only nostalgic. It's like
It's like an
wow. It's like
experience.
wow. This is wow.
Yeah.
Although the ratings didn't really rate it too high, I think that's a little harsh. But I just thought it was like a really good movie, in my opinion. Like it really gripped
So
me.
so what was it about the movie? What did they use about this like whole setting to like make a story?
Um.
What was going on exactly?
Uh. Basically, this family buys this maintenance bot. This what do you call it? Household bot. And this household bot
Like a
can do,
housemaid, like a
yeah,
robo
yeah,
maid.
like a robo maid. Um. But he one thing that's special about him, that he differentiates from other bots, for example, is um he has kind of a sense of emotion and a sense of attachment to things. For example, um they keep this bot for like a few generations, and of course people unfortunately pass away due to old age. and like he kind of takes their deaths to heart, for example, and he death is one of the few things that makes us human, and they kind of make that attachment where he grows human with every
with every emotion that
with
he
every
feels.
emotion and just his journey, and he I don't know if it's his goal to become a human, but it's at least his goal to understand humanity, which I thought was like wow, you know. maybe as a kid it really psyched me, but if I
That's
watched
pretty
it, yeah.
interesting. Reminds me of Detroit Become Human, the game.
Yes, it's not it's a bit similar, except in Detroit Become Human they kind of fight for their freedom, right? But he doesn't really fight, he just rather
He
he
experiences it.
experiences, yeah, that's a perfect word for it.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's more like peaceful way. It's
Yeah,
more about the
it's
emotion.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
Robin
was thinking
Williams is a
like,
fantastic actor, no matter what
Yeah,
role he
Robin
does.
Williams.
because it's always interesting to see like not even just robots, just things which you would think not have that you would think would not have emotions, start feeling emotions. Like
I
that
mean, I feel
sensation
like
is
that's.
interesting.
I'm not trying to sound like a oh, it's all the same, but I feel like that's the key point of most robotic films. Like
Yeah.
trying to distinguish where a robot becomes human or why a robot isn't human. Like that's
Yeah,
Blade
and
Runner.
its journey to understanding humans,
Yeah.
for
Like
example.
taking emotions, taking things that have no emotions for granted, and
Hmm.
the consequences,
What's
or
that film with what's it called? Will Smith.
Will
Um,
Smith.
I, Robot.
I
Is it I,
I
Robot?
think it's called that. I, Robot.
Yeah, I think it's a
Yeah,
similar premise.
yeah.
I don't know. I haven't watched it, so take it with a pinch of salt. But
It's yeah. It's like there are no guns in Bicentennial Man, so it's a lot different.
is it more like a family film?
Yes, definitely.
Ah,
Yeah.
I see.
No real killing and explosions or anything.
Hey, explosions are family friendly, dude.
My dad would think otherwise. But okay.
Is he a fan of Michael Bay?
No. More like
Then
he
never mind.
if if there's violence in it, he wouldn't really let me watch it.
Back
Hmm.
then or even now?
Back then. Of course not now. That'd be,
Now
I mean,
you're stuck to watching.
he'd probably shut my laptop down every time I play games then.
Yeah. Now that you just have to have a perfect KDA then. You're not allowed to die. As soon as you get a gray
Perfect
screen.
KDA.
I'm allowed to
Don't
kill
die
but
at
not
all.
die.
Yeah. You're not allowed to die. As soon as the screen goes gray, the Wi-Fi plug just gets pulled out. I don't know.
Alright,
What's your next film that
yeah,
you like?
second film. If I really, thing is, this top three will, I think, always change, except for the Bicentennial Man.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So, but for now, I think second film would be Empire Strikes Back for the Star Wars series. I was also a film that I watched when I was 8 years old, and it just always, I think it was the best out of the Star Wars films. Because
Empire Strikes
it was
Back
just cool, like
is
the
third one of the original trilogy.
no, the second one.
So episodes.
The second
so
one.
episode 5.
Yeah, episode 5. Yeah.
Hmm.
I just thought it was a great way of showing, like the Empire isn't really something you should mess around with, because they're literally like they build a superpower. They are the Empire
Death
for a
Star.
reason. Darth Vader is actually dangerous. He's not one to be messed
He's
around
not
with.
fucking around,
He's
bro.
not fucking around. Yeah. And then third movie would be, I've been thinking about it, but I think it would be Toy Story 2. Because
Classic.
yeah,
Classic.
it was. I remember.
Two.
Yeah,
Ooh, okay.
because I always held a CD of it, and when I was bored, I would just put in the CD player. Back when, oh yeah, DVDs, those are a thing. Still.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, those are a thing. To all those newborn babies listening to our
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Take that 2-year-olds. What are you gonna do? Cry? Poop your pants?
Wow.
I always put that
Wow.
in my DVD player, and it's yeah, it was just great for a kids
It's a
film.
fantastic film.
Like it was made in like 19 something.
1997.
Its
I'm pretty
animation to this day is still like wow. In my opinion,
Yeah,
it's like
classic.
amazing. Yeah,
Wait, the second movie was about
Second movie is the one
identity,
with
right?
Jesse, and then the
Jesse
parking
the
Stinky
horse.
It's about identity and belonging,
Also
correct?
donkey.
Would you say? The
Uh,
second movie, the theme of
Bullseye.
it.
I guess identity, yes, because he. Oh, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, he has some
It's a movie from
struggles.
It's a
1997.
23-year-old film, Sean. I don't
It's
think many
okay.
people are going to care if you
Oh,
spoil it.
fine. Well, I mean, like Woody was thinking like, oh, should I stay with like Andy or should I go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, who would he go with though? Wait, there was
Um,
nobody to
They-
go
They're
with
supposed to.
yet.
No, he's supposed to
the
go to
toy
a
show.
Japanese toy convention.
Yeah, the toy convention, because he was like really rare.
Yeah, because he used to
Oh
be part of a
yeah.
TV show called
Yeah.
Roundup Woody.
Oh my god, you still remember that?
Woody's Roundup, not Roundup
Bro, I
Woody.
watched that film a lot too, man.
I
Yeah,
also
but even I remember it. Like, dude, it was like the whole theme song was like Woody's
Roundup
Roundup.
Woody. Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
Yeah.
See?
See?
You
there's a
remember it
snake
too.
in my boot.
There's a snake in my boot. Exactly.
I still remember. Actually, what? I remember when they were when freaking is it called Rex?
Yeah,
The
the
T-Rex.
dinosaur.
Yeah, when Rex was like blocking the car screen. Is it car screen? I'm so stupid. The car with like his freaking Buzz Lightyear magazine when he was like fanboying so hard on everything.
Yeah.
I
I
remember.
need to
Oh
know how to
shit.
defeat Zurg.
Oh
Yeah,
right,
he was
yeah,
like
because you have the
try harding
fake
at the
Buzz Lightyear.
game.
Yeah.
He had like a walkthrough comic.
Yeah.
Is that how like walkthroughs worked back then for video games? Like you would have like those kind of like
Huh?
magazines.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Oh,
This is new to me
because
because
that's new to
I
me too.
always I thought it was a joke. I thought it was like only like really nerdy people like who are really into that stuff like they would get the magazine for a walkthrough instead of just like watch a YouTube walkthrough. But of course YouTube wasn't made
Yes,
back
but
then.
this was
Yeah,
1997, Alex.
I know. No, they
YouTube
know
wasn't
YouTube.
really a thing.
Nah, it wasn't. I'm being insensitive here. Magazine walkthroughs. That's interesting.
I mean,
Why are you talking
it,
about it like it's some kind of
I don't think
foreign concept? It's a
I don't
book that says,
I don't
right,
know about
level
walkthroughs, but
2,
they
kill
would,
the guy.
but there are definitely magazines about games and how they talk about how cool it is. I don't know about walkthroughs, but they'd be like, oh, you can actually play as this character and you can do this, blah blah blah. I don't know about walkthroughs, but they would. I
Yes,
know
I
comics
have
that
a
do that.
walkthrough for a Pokemon game. Because, like,
Hmm.
you know when you had, like, the book fair come into your school and they gave you, like, that piece of paper that says,
Yeah.
oh, would you like to order some book? Yeah, I was like, I convinced my dad,
Oh
please,
yeah.
please, Dad, I beg, Dad, please buy me the
I
Pokemon
would.
walkthrough. And he's
I
like,
just remember getting Captain Underpants series.
yeah, it was always Captain Underpants and, like, walkthroughs and, like, art books you get from that. But I begged my dad to get me a Pokemon book, and it came about 4 months after Pokemon did.
But at least you got it.
Or at least I got it. I don't know where it is. I think it's in Hong Kong still.
Yeah, but yeah, that's interesting. The reason why I brought that up and sounded a bit amazed was I kind of for us at least, don't you think that would kind of ruin the beauty of a walkthrough? Because for walkthroughs, at least for me, it was always like in between let's play, right? And just straight up giving the answers, right?
Hmm.
So a walkthrough, it's kind of hard to have that creative emotion or entertainment from a magazine because it's not like somebody's being like entertaining about the answer to this puzzle in the game, right?
Hmm.
Like the most that you could do is just use some colloquialism from the game, and that's like, aha, I understood that because I played this game. That's why I have this walkthrough, you know?
I think it
You get me?
depends because if you're really not if you think you really won't play the game and you watch it, that I think that's okay. But if you like maybe you think
Yeah,
that
the
you might
walkthrough isn't
spoil
supposed to
yourself,
be a substitute for
because
the game.
if we talk about walkthroughs, I don't know if we can count video walkthroughs, but I love watching video walkthroughs, especially for games that are really popular. For example, like you mentioned, Detroit Become Human, like the walkthroughs that they have, they can show like the different types of choices and how like uh your choices affect different situations, and without you playing the game. And I think it's interesting to see how other people do it as well, because what you think is obviously the right answer is very different from others. So it's interesting to see like how people play, in my opinion. Of course, you can't get that in the
Hmm.
book, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I'd say it.
To be fair, some people just like to be a douchebag when they're playing games. Like they might be the
What do you
nicest
mean?
person in real life, but they will not hesitate to like make
I'll spoil
really
a
really
game.
bad decisions. in like
Oh,
yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
Like there's this one
that's what
YouTuber
you
I
meant.
watch all the time, and like he like I enjoy him a lot, like his content and everything, but he always chooses like the worst things possible, and he just keeps laughing no matter how evil it is or something. It's so funny. Like you know
It's
it's
like the
bad, but it's
Walking
just
Dead, like the
hilarious.
Walking Dead
Like there's
game.
no remorse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people do it on purpose just to piss you off.
'Cause it's
Yeah.
funny, yeah.
yeah, it's hilarious. But it's kind of interesting to talk about all this. You know, we talk about movies, then we go back to something about that movie, and it was just back and forth of that. I mean, more than ever,
Yeah.
I think
I
this is
actually want to
okay.
watch some of these movies that you guys recommended. Cause
I
why
mean,
not,
okay, I
right?
won't, I won't, I won't watch the Lord of the Rings franchise because I need to sacrifice half my year to do that. I feel.
Pretty much.
I mean, I think it takes more time to watch Harry Potter than Lord of the Rings.
The
Yes,
Hobbit,
but the thing
yeah.
is, I've already
Wait.
watched Harry Potter. That's the thing.
Ah, fair.
The Hobbit is set before Lord of the Rings, right?
Yes, it
Yeah,
was supposed to be a one movie long. It should have been one movie long.
I remember
It wasn't.
realizing that I was like, whoa.
Whoa, prequels exist.
Kind of like how kind of like how Star Wars did that. Like they released the early movies later.
Hmm. Did they?
The
I don't know.
movies.
I'll probably read up on something about it. But did they intend to do that? Like release episode 4 first?
Are you talking about Star Wars or?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it was intended, but I think um George Lucas definitely had the ideas in mind. He had the whole storyline planned out. That's the thing.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well,
All
Jeez,
according to
bro.
of
plan.
course, for some parts, I think like there was one part where it was so like evidently forced because of the story. I forgot what part of it. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
I felt the prequels benefit a lot from happening later because of the new technology and animation CGI. Just made the later Star Wars movie look way better.
I'd love to see how they would do it if it was the other way. Like, what if they made the
It was
first
the other way
three
around.
first?
What if they
Yeah,
made the first 3 first, and then
I'd love to see how it would
I
happen.
have I have a feeling the fan reaction would be exactly the same. You know,
Like
like
the
they
first.
probably consider the new ones to be garbage, but the old
Yeah,
ones to be
yeah, I
classic.
think so. Like, dude,
That's because of
those.
like nostalgia, right?
Yeah, a lot of it's to
Yeah,
nostalgia, and a lot of it's like, um. Well, I gotta say, I'm a sucker for it as well. I think like the 3 to 6 was, I mean 4 to 6 was better than the prequels. But that's not to say that the
logically
prequels are bad. It's just that I think like they weren't as good.
they weren't as good. Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know.
I
Maybe
mean,
it
I
is
guess you could
nostalgia.
say maybe because the prequels they didn't have to get as creative because they knew what they had to lead up to, right?
yeah, they
Let's
knew where
say
the
Maybe,
George,
story
yeah.
was gonna go.
let's say George Lucas, he probably did plan ahead, right? But
Yeah,
maybe
I think
not that far ahead. So
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Like he knew at least
he had
Anakin would
to
be the father. Blah blah blah.
he had to work his butt off and everything. Like he had to make sure the story was right.
Cohesive.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe when he got to the prequels, you could be a bit more laid back. Okay, I know this is what I have to lead up to, so maybe there's more world building involved, which I felt there was. I think prequels was mainly like world building, if that seems about right. Because
I guess.
there's a lot of events in the prequels. I could be wrong. I'm basing this off my memory, so don't kill me, diehard Star Wars fans. But I feel like
Nah, there are a
more
few,
things
honestly.
I feel like a lot more events happened in the prequels than the originals. You get me? Like we had Order 66, we had the Clone Wars, we
Now
had
this is pod racing.
pod racing. Oh my
Potters,
gosh, pod racing. We had fighting
midichlorians.
Darth Maul. We
I
had
hate
so many
sand.
large scale um wars, not even just in space, like even like on land, like a lot of land wars, which sounds a bit silly. Not
Land
Star
Wars.
Wars, not
Star
Star Wars,
Wars, the
but land
sequel, Land
wars.
Wars.
Land Wars, yeah. We had Jar Jar Binks. I think that's just why the prequels are better. We had Jar Jar Binks as well.
um,
Using
I
Jar Jar
beg to
Binks
differ,
as
but
a
okay.
positive. Are you sure,
Mish-
Alex?
what does he say again? Mishka. No, that's
Misa
freaking
Jar
Mickey Mouse.
Jar.
That's
Misa
Mickey
Jar Jar
Mouse.
Binks.
I said Mishka, like Mishka
Miska.
That's no,
Muska,
that's Mickey
Mickey
Mouse's
Mouse.
clubhouse, dude.
Yeah. Misa's Jar Jar Binks or something like that. But
M-O-U-S-E.
just from memory, so much more happened, I think, in the prequels. A lot
I'll tell you
more
what, I've watched neither,
story.
so I can't give my opinion.
Yeah,
Happened more?
Never.
Kinda, I guess.
it's
uh,
like think about it's like maybe you could argue that prequels was quantity over quality if you were to like
I think
talk about it like
they
that.
they really tried to mold Anakin as not only the main character, but they also tried to branch out into his relationships, like Obi-Wan, Padme, for example. And I don't know how they like. Of course, when I say it happens a lot, but like I said, I don't rate the prequels as much as the original trilogy. But if you were to ask me what would I have done to make it better, I really don't know how to answer. You know, it's one of those things where like, what would I have done to make it like better? I'm not. Unfortunately, I want to be one of those guys that be like, oh, he should have done this, and this would have been way better. But I'm not as creative as some people. Like some other people have like really cool fan theories that I feel like, oh, if they did that, oh, maybe it'd be better. But yeah,
Well, like the fan theory that Jar Jar Binks is some kind of Sith Lord
yeah.
or something.
Well, that wouldn't work, but it
Hmm.
would be funny.
I mean,
I mean, in the Clone Wars, he faked being a Jedi Master. So yeah, the Clone Wars
yeah,
series.
I mean, funnily enough, as of recent, you could say things of like stories which revolve around the events of the prequels have been more successful as of recent,
What
I
do you
would
mean?
say. Let me give an example. Rogue One did pretty well for a Star Wars story, right?
I really liked Rogue One. If I have
Rogue
to,
One
it was really
did
good.
well. The Han Solo movie did well, right? Like
Solo, yeah.
all like a lot of the side stories which were based around the events of the prequels. Like they weren't in the event. It wasn't like it wasn't like this is during Order 66. It's like before or after, right? A good another example is a game I played, Fallen Order. You guys know that?
Yeah, Star Wars Fallen Order.
Of
Yeah,
which one's
that
that?
was a
Like
really good story.
Fall
So
or
it's a game which is about
oh yeah.
after
The new
Order
one.
66.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the really
after
new
Order
one.
66.
The Inquisitors. Yeah, it was good. Yeah,
He's oh, I forgot his name.
Cal
I
Kestis.
forgot the huh?
Cal Kestis.
Yeah, Cal Kestis, one of the few surviving Jedi, and this
Yeah,
is like his origin story about um how he did some sort of mission. Like it wasn't even like a large scale thing. Actually, it was kind of large scale if you think about it. Basically, his story, I'm not spoiling anything, but his story is just trying to stop the names of the force sensitive people, children get leaked.
yeah,
That's just his story, right? And he makes his own crew and everything, like that build. And I think the reason why that does so well is because it's kind of like a new hope. You start off with this new Jedi who builds that crew around him, and they start off with like this minor mission, but it actually has, larger consequences than they realized. That's what I think
yeah.
at least. Like
I
those
think
kind of
that yeah,
stories always do really well.
because it's right after Revenge of the Sith, right? Is that the
Yeah.
third one? Yeah, and it like all the Jedi are practically like worrying so much because they literally wipe them out. So every
Like
Jedi
there's a
has
lot
to
of
be like,
suspense.
yeah. It's like,
Every
will he get
Jedi
found out?
counts.
Yeah, will he get found out? Will he die? You know.
Yeah, like what did this person do? And everything.
But if
Like the comics are really good as well. I haven't read the comics, but
oh, I haven't read the
there are
comics either.
some really good stories from what I've
There's
heard
so many
of like
comics
after Order
though. Like
66.
if you want to
There's too
if you
many.
want to know the whole story, you have to read like who knows how many
I think there was another.
Star
Nah,
Wars
but I'm
game.
geeking out too much on Star Wars. Nah, I'm geeking out too much on Star Wars.
I think you're
It's
talking.
fine, it's
I
fine.
was just thinking. You know, The Force Unleashed, the
I've heard
really
of it.
classic game, in my opinion. Star Killer.
Star Killer? Wait,
What was his real name? Characters.
character.
I forgot what his name is
It's okay. It's okay.
because
It's
I just
okay.
know him as Star Killer.
A Star
Mr.
Killer
Star
from
Killer.
Star Killer Base? Is that a
No,
thing?
oh,
Star Killer
Ringo
Base?
Galen
Starr.
Merrick. Galen Merrick. That's his name. Like he
I
was.
still.
Oh, you don't know it?
Yeah.
Okay. I know.
Who
I
is he?
because it was another game from my child. It's a game from my childhood. Because my neighbor friend he had an Xbox and he played that and I was like, whoa, Yeah, like
Wait, is this still Star Wars?
yeah, Force Unleashed. Galen Merrick, like Darth Vader's apprentice. I don't. It's not canon, obviously, but it's just so
Uh,
awesome.
I played the DS version, if that counts.
Was there a DS version?
I think so. I played it. There was a boss. The first boss fight was against, like, what's his name? Darth Sidious?
Already?
Was I right? Pardon?
Already, the first boss fight was Darth Sidious.
Yeah. Is
Whoa.
Darth Sidious wait, which one's the guy? Which one's the guy with 4 arms?
Grievous.
General Grievous, that's it, yeah. The first boss fight was against him, actually, now that I think about it. And I kept losing, so then I stopped playing it.
I just searched it,
Because
and
it was
the
on like one of those
graphics are
100
hilarious.
games in one cartridge that I bought from Malaysia.
Oh.
General Grievous had a really good. I like his design. I don't know. He just looks so cool. 4 lightsabers, man.
Yeah.
4 lightsabers. It's
Wow,
such a childish thing to
4.
say.
Yeah,
It's
it's
such
like
a childish thing to say. Not 1, not 2, but 4
4.
lightsabers, and they come in different colors. All colors of the rainbow, baby.
no, they're two blue, two
No,
green.
two
There's
blue, two
7
green, two
colors
blue,
in
two
the
green.
rainbow, dude.
Okay, no, I know. 2 blue, 2 green.
General
I know, Ronan.
Kenobi. I can't do his
Why,
voice.
hello there.
Yeah, hello. Oh,
Oh my gosh. Star Wars, I mean, maybe the movies haven't been doing so well recently, but the
What
stories
do you mean
around
they
it
haven't been
are
doing
have been
so
popping.
well? They've been
No, I mean like
box office smash hits.
well
Oh,
received, as
okay.
in the plot. Yeah. Uh, Besides that, everything else around Star Wars seems fine, to be honest. Like, it's just such a vast universe.
yeah,
It's a
there's
galaxy
so much
quite far, far away.
to play around with. I think as in terms of story, like there's
Yeah,
just so much.
with each Jedi, you could literally introduce what 10 new races or
Yeah, pretty
some new
much.
technique, and you could just say, "Oh, this Jedi died. That's why this technique never
Yeah,
got passed down." So
that's
it's
why this guy never used a purple lightsaber as well. You know.
yeah, exactly. This is why the rainbow lightsaber was never used ever again against Darth Vader, and never mentioned by Darth Vader because he got his memory erased by the Men in Black. I don't know. Like, they just come in
And
out of
Will Smith
nowhere
is canon in Star Wars now. I'm all up for that.
secretly.
What's the other
Yeah.
guys? Wait, Will Smith.
Instead of a new hope, it's a new prince, a new
Yeah,
prince.
new Prince.
Well, I think today was a good podcast. We talked about tons of things. Wow, we geeked out a bit at
Not
Star Wars
really.
at
We
the
talked
end.
about movies.
Yeah, but
No,
we and then we went to
we branched out
Okay, we
here.
talked about different parts of
we went to
movies. Fair, fair.
fandoms.
Think of this podcast as a tree, right? A tree has
Yikes.
crap. Like, really?
Roots, a
No,
bark, and
not
then
no.
A
leaves.
tree has
Okay, the
leaves.
roots. The tree has a bark. The bark, that's the main stuff, right? That's the movie. But it also has branches and leaves, right? And those are like the things we're doing. We're branching out and everything. But the thing is, it's always connected to the bark. We're not really branching off. Like, the branches are falling off. We're just branching out, not branching off. You get it? And then at the very top is all
I
those
love how
leaves, and that's
neither
us
of us
geeking out
answered
Star Wars.
yes.
Please, somebody understand. Please,
I kind of
somebody
get it.
understand.
It's a whole new direction though, like compared to what I think we've done previously.
I hope you guys like it because I think it gives the best of both worlds. Because we've been discussing this for quite some time, and I'm just glad that we made it into fruition.
We'll just
Again,
do we have critics?
Yeah, it's called
yeah,
me.
Jim Ming's
Okay,
friends as well.
okay,
Hello,
because
Jim Ming's
I would
friends.
love to
Hello,
see how
hello.
they think.
Yeah. Um, I mean, again, I guess sorry for the delays. Really out of our control.
Yeah,
It was so
No, it
unfortunate.
completely is in our control. It's just that
no, things keep
we
happening.
can't. Yeah.
Not all of it was in our control. Okay, to be fair, guys, it is safe to say none of it was my fault. So I can lay back and relax. It wasn't my fault.
Wow.
So it's fine by me. It's fine. None of it was my fault. It was Sean, Ronan, and Jinming's fault. Literally. Not
Why
my
was it
fault.
my
I did
fault?
nothing. You
We'll
forgot
we'll
yesterday.
discuss this next episode when Jim Ming's here, I guess.
Yeah. When
Is
Jinming's
next
here and
episode the
back,
argument
we're
episode?
gonna
We just
we're gonna
It's
explain
it's the leaked
why
DMs episode.
why we missed 4 days in a row worth of attempts to record the podcast. We'll explain. It's quite interesting.
Wasn't it
It's very
3?
interesting. No, 4 days.
Wait, we missed another day? No one told me.
Yesterday was that day we missed.
Oh, right.
So
Okay,
if
I
you-
just missed it because I forgot.
Yeah, but the other 3 days were just like it's blah, blah, blah. It's really silly. It's really silly. Yeah, but Sean, would you like to do the outro?
Okay.
Why are we giving it like? Why do we have to? Why don't we just have one person voluntarily do the outro rather than have every single time go? So you want to do the outro this week? No, you can do the outro. It's fine."
I'm far too humbled, good sir. I
It's
would
like
I wish
it
not to
doesn't
do
really matter,
the
does it?
outro.
Exactly, it don't matter. I'll do the outro.
Yeah, you
Okay.
just say
Unless
it
Sean
doesn't
wants to do
matter, and then
it.
you do it. It's like your technique, man. It's like, oh, it doesn't matter, so hey, this is my time to do the outro for the 10 millionth time.
Okay, do it.
Okay, fine. Sean do it then. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah, let Sean do it. Get it.
This has been roughly a quarter with myself, Ronan, and Alex, and we will see you next week. Bye, everyone. Thank you for
Bye.
listening.
Bye
Oh,
bye. Bye
Good
bye.
episode, nice.